Greetings, friends. It's Cool Rain or Cool Rain Tarot here on YouTube. My pronouns are they, them. And I hope you can hear me. I am on a beautiful beach. And I just wanted to bring through some spirit guide messages. So you can choose in your mind 1, 2, or 3, and you will have a message in this reading. Probably a short message, but yeah, we will see what comes forward. So I'm gonna start for group 1. Ooh, too many cards. And I'm using my deck, Apocalyptic Theater. This is, it will be linked in the description. Ooh, okay, so here's your first message. So, Page of Earth. I feel like this is a need to surrender, a need to slow down. I also am feeling like there is some self-criticism or some kind of thought pattern that's going in circles, keeping you like disconnected from others as well. Maybe you're consuming content that kind of keeps you separate from others. Or behaviors that you embody that are keeping you from feeling connected to people around you. Let's see what else comes out. Okay, Turris Destructa, the destroyed tower. This is Mary Magdalene on the card. So they're showing me something about stories or beliefs that you have that are making you feel separate from others. Again, there's like an isolation type of energy. Maybe this is like you've had a spiritual awakening and you feel like if you tell anybody what you're realizing, they might make fun of you. It's like an anticipated rejection. But there's also this experience of like transformation that's been happening within you. That may be the time that you need to pause to just observe your thoughts, kind of what you're believing and thinking. We have a Knight of Water. So this is about your emotions. Synchronizing with others. And it's interesting, whoops, this card just jumped, but there is like the waves crashing, and at that same moment I was just like noticing, maybe you can see the ocean, maybe you can't, I don't think you can see it, but maybe I can hold it up. The waves are just crashing back there. It kind of has a, yeah, there you can see one. That's your mindful moment from your guides. But maybe it's just time to watch that wave of emotion unfold without trying to judge it, without trying to give it a story. Because that Knight of Water, their challenge, their hermetic principle in the deck is to will. So there's something about the willpower of your emotions. You may be like willing for a certain emotional cycle to continue by the way that you're engaging with people, the way that you're, for some of you I'm hearing like digging your heels in on a situation. We have more cards that jumped out. So we have the Royal of Air. Yeah, there's a need to bring the mind back down to earth. And that's kind of what I was seeing here with this Page of Earth as well. And even Turris Destructa. The tower crumbles down. It falls back down to the earth. And this person is doing a headstand. And this is about their challenge, the Royal of Air, their challenge is to stay silent. Whereas this one is to will. This one's to know. So there's something that you know based on your experience. Maybe your body's telling you. Maybe that's why this change, this awakening has happened. This new belief system has happened. Maybe that's why you're worried about what other people will think. But your challenge is maybe not to share what you've been recognizing if you feel that the people around you aren't ready. But your challenge is to stay silent. So maybe your challenge is to keep it to yourself for this amount of time where you're not really sure heads or tails right now. The card that came out with the Royal of Air is the Corona Magica, the Magic Crown. This is in place of the World card. This is also a card that looks like it's heavily committed to silence. But it also, what this card talks about is finding love. Heads and tails. So there's an Ouroboros right here, which is the head of the dragon eating the tail of the dragon. This reminds me of the north and south node of the moon. So maybe that's relevant to you right now. There's a pattern that you're trying to overcome karmically. Yeah, and final card for you is Themis, justice. This is the baptism scene. This is like another confirmation of that first message about surrendering into the situation. This is also knowing that when the time comes, you're going to know, because it's a balance of staying silent, right? It's staying silent at the right moments that makes this royal a master of the mind, master of communication. And this card has a sword in it. This is about speaking truth when the time comes, not wavering when you know something is the truth, but also being flexible. Sometimes something that we think is an absolute truth is just a subjective truth, right? So maybe there's something in this situation that's a subjective truth. And I just happened to glance at the bottom of the deck, and we have Typhon in the reverse, and this is, Typhon means logic, but this is also in place of like the Devil card. So there's something that your earth-based situation is making you repeat karmically, and it's your choice to move out of that disco ball. Disco ball is like the mirror ball, right? It brings us a lot of mirrored situations and reflects, and almost like gets us in this dizzying light pattern. But the Corona Magica, the Magic Crown, gives us the awareness to break out through calming the mind, through meditation, through observation. Royal of Air. Let's see. I'm gonna do a little bibliomancy to close your message from the Tao Te Ching. 39. From of old there are not lacking things that have attained oneness. The sky attained oneness and became clear. The earth attained oneness and became calm. The spirits attained oneness and became charged with mystical powers. The fountains attained oneness and became full. The 10,000 creatures attained oneness and became reproductive. Barons and princes attained oneness and became sovereign rulers of the world. All of them are what they are by virtue of oneness. If the sky were not clear, it would be likely to fall to pieces. If the earth were not calm, it would be likely to burst into bits. If the spirits were not charged with mystical powers, they would be likely to cease from being. If the fountains were not full, they would be likely to dry up. If the 10,000 creatures were not reproductive, they would be likely to come to extinction. If the barons and princes were not the sovereign rulers, they would be likely to stumble and fall. Truly, humility is the root from which greatness springs, and the high must be built upon the foundation of the low. That is why barons and princes style themselves the helpless one, the little one, and the worthless one. Perhaps they too realize their dependence upon the lowly. Truly, too, much honor means no honor. It is not wise to shine like jade and resound like stone chimes. Yeah, so maybe this is an ego death as well. I hope this helped. I know it was a little bit of a vague message, but whoever it's meant for, I know it will resonate. Thank you so much for being here. If you're interested in my work, I have that linked below, and I will move on to the second group. Hello, little bird. Okay. Hello. So, or greetings. How are you feeling today, group 2? I'm here at this beautiful beach. I know I said that in the intro, but I just want you to soak in the energy being here with me now. Maybe you can hear the waves. I don't know, I don't have my recording microphone. This is kind of an impromptu reading. I just felt spirit move me. So group 2, what messages does spirit need for you to know? I just looked up and saw a feather. So I definitely feel like there is an ancestor spirit, someone from your family maybe that's passed over, or a friend. They're watching over you. The feather that I saw was brown and white. If you want to look up the meaning, maybe that's significant to you. I got the advisor of fire. They're not letting me pull another card. So this does represent a person. Maybe this is somebody that you've been missing a lot and thinking about a lot recently. I'm hearing like the good old days. I'm seeing someone in a diner. So maybe you used to go out to eat with this person a lot, or they would take you out for some of you. There's something about this person wanting to remind you how they taught you about your personal fire, how to ignore the kind of distractions. This person taught you kind of about how to let go, maybe after their passing. But I also feel like this person has been there for you in some really tough times recently in spirit. So their soul has been around you. Maybe they had a black dog, or there's a black dog involved in this somehow. Or a black cat. They're showing me like food. So I don't know, you and this person may have connected over food, and the advisor of fire could be somebody who works with food, right? We use the flame to prepare our food. They're also showing me seahorse. So I don't know, maybe this person was like a soulmate to you in some ways. But they're saying that they're still with you in spirit. They've been seeing the difficulties, the late nights that you've been having recently. I also feel like if you haven't been going through a difficult time, they watched you go through a difficult time. And they're really proud of you for the joy that you've been choosing in your life. Your soul is saying that it's okay. Literally, look at this card that just came out. I just realized, because I pulled it and then didn't look at it. The Corona Magica literally has a person in spirit behind this person who's sitting. Corona Magica means magic crown. So this is like a crown of unconditional love, or being able to turn pain into inspiration. I feel like your soul has been growing and evolving lately, and you've been integrating a lot of wisdom. Oh my goodness. Okay, too many cards just came out, but the one that made sense to me here is the Gnosis card. This is a dream angel. So there's something that you've been seeing in your dreams, group 2. Or maybe this person's been visiting you in your dreams and trying to show you something. So if you had a dream about this person recently, think back. It has significance. I also feel that this person is drawing protection towards you with the violet flame. And they want you to know that your soul is protected, especially as you're going through these transitions. I'm seeing a lot of you doing a lot of like astral travel or like spirit work that causes you to slip in between realms more often. There's also something about like being in public spaces where you need protection. I don't know what that's about, but there's like something about movement. Oh, and you know what? There's a feather on the dream angel's arm. So maybe this person has left you a feather recently. Let's see. We got Resurrectio Mortuum, raising the dead. So they're definitely trying to contact you in the earth plane. There's also an I'm sorry message coming through. I'm sorry I couldn't teach you more. For some of you, I'm hearing I'm sorry I was asleep. Like, I'm sorry. Maybe if this person like died in a more tragic way, like I'm sorry that I couldn't stay here with you longer or give you the support that you may have needed. I'm sorry I couldn't encourage your perspective. But I do feel like, regardless, you've gotten two of the only cards that have angels, and then this card has fairies, and you literally have someone who's over your shoulder. Maybe for some of you, this is like opening into a gift of mediumship, too. Maybe after a difficult time. I feel like for some of you, you're in your 40s or in your 50s. This eclipse, whoops, could have been a big deal because we have the sun and the moon coming out in these. I definitely think that there's a relationship in your life that this person is watching over in particular. Maybe that's why you came to this reading in the first place. And there's the birds that are flying over too. They caught my attention. And as I say that, I notice that there are birds on this card. Magister Arcanorum. Maybe there's a shadow aspect of yourself that you've been battling with in a relationship, where you're like holding resentment against someone, and this person wants to come through and say, don't let my mistakes lead you into repeating them. You know, maybe if this person didn't always understand you, maybe you're causing somebody else in your life to have to edit or censor parts of themselves in order to be palatable for you. Maybe you're not wanting to see someone's truth right now as well. But the Magister Arcanorum also is the teacher of the secrets. So maybe you're accessing hidden knowledge in a situation if that last message about a relationship doesn't resonate. Maybe this is about seeing something deeper. The emotions starting to come forward, the truth, the psychic knowledge starting to come forward for you. Maybe that's what this person has been trying to show you in your dreams. Kind of what's to come in this relationship. The birds are definitely important though, because there's even birds flying in this card too. So pay attention if you get birds flying over. I want to see, because there's a dice What is the stage that this advisor of fire is at? 3, creation. Bringing something new into existence. Envisioning using like a prophetic gift where you may be headed, because we even have counterparts here, Gnosis and Magister Arcanorum. This is the divine messenger with the earthly messenger coming together. Maybe you're answering a calling from spirit by connecting to your own spirit guides deeper. And on the bottom of the deck we have Crepusculum, Twilight. This is the like lunar energy. And it shows people kissing. So you're definitely making some kind of movement in your relationships, your relationship with spirit. Even, you know, we have lots of cards with 2 people on them. I think these are some of the only like 3 cards in the deck that have 2 people. And in 2 of them, they're kissing. So maybe there's a romantic situation on the horizon. Maybe this person wants to come through and let you know that it's okay for you to love again. Let's see. What does group 2 need to know right now, Spirit? 45. The greatest perfection. Oh, and this is from the Tao Te Ching. The greatest perfection seems imperfect, and yet its use is inexhaustible. The greatest fullness seems empty, and yet its use is endless. The greatest straightness looks like crookedness. The greatest skill appears clumsy. The greatest eloquence sounds like stammering. Restlessness overcomes cold, but calm overcomes heat. The peaceful and serene is the norm of the world. And I also feel like I should read the other side. And there's an ant crawling up onto me right now. So definitely you have a network of beings working with you right now. 46. When the world is in possession of the Tao, the galloping horses are led to fertilize the fields with their droppings. When the world has become Taoless, war horses breed themselves on the suburbs. There is no calamity like not knowing what is enough. There is no evil like covetousness. Only he who knows what is enough will always have enough. I feel like there's some aspect of like societal changes that this spirit is wanting to let you know about as well, where you're going to have to show the way. This is John the Baptist. John the Baptist opens the way for, of course, Jesus, which is a different thing entirely. But yeah, there's like some big spiritual movement that you're anticipating. Only he who knows what is enough will always have enough. I feel like something in your life, this is the final message, but something in your life looks to be different than what it seems, or like unstable ground for something to grow from, but it may just be the perfect storm is kind of what I'm hearing. The perfect, I don't know, the perfect canvas. I hope this is making sense. Let me know if this resonated in the comments group too. Sometimes I don't know fully what a message is supposed to mean, but that's the beauty of it, is that your honor is to make meaning of the message. I want to thank every force in the universe, every spirit guide, source, creator, for helping to facilitate this message. I want to thank you for being here. If you're interested in my work, it will be linked in the description below, and I will see you in another video. We're gonna move on to the third group. So, group 3. This is a cosmic group. y'all who are here have been doing some more expansive spiritual work. Just realizing kind of the smallness and the bigness, the microcosm and the macrocosm. The Knight of Water came out. And I'm being drawn to this symbol down here, like worlds merging. Maybe you're realizing where you come from, your origins. That can be on Earth or elsewhere. I'm noticing that one of the fish is coming out of the eye of the cat skull. So maybe it's like you're re-emerging after a time of like deep contemplation. For some of you, it's learning rituals. The Advisor of Air. I feel like this is a very literal energy. You've been doing some kind of ritual to help strengthen your mind. Maybe this is study. Maybe this is participating in travel. For some of you, it's like going on retreats or taking classes. Something you've been doing to condition the mind is what I'm hearing. But it's also to heal. I'm thinking of the idea of, I believe it's Shiva, who, in Hindu belief, he drinks the venom of the snake in order to heal others who are in contact with this venom. So I don't know if you've been working through generational karma as well, or karma from other lifetimes where even like cosmic lifetimes. I don't know why this feels like lifetimes that aren't in this 3D matrix, or if they are, they're very abstract, like you were a plant or an entire body of water. Something like that. But it's like your ego is dissolved in some ways from this experience of like remembering yourself in these places. A little butterfly just flew past. Actually, it might be a moth. The moth has a different connotation than a butterfly, and this also has a very dark energy. So I don't know if you're like, okay, well I hear moth to a flame, and then I look right here and see that the Knight of Fire has come out, and I haven't touched on this card yet. And this card literally has flowers here that are known to like exorcise demonic energy. So I don't know if you've been casting away, or it's not even casting away. It feels like, because I was talking about taking in the poison, it's like transmuting, integrating some kind of darkness so that you can identify with it, understand its value, but you aren't bound by it. The Knight of Fire is like reconnecting with the heart. Their challenge is to will. So what is the will of the beliefs, of the passion? I feel like some of you have been really challenged about how you're gonna bring forward what you know about yourself on a soul level, how you're gonna act it out. When I roll the dice, I get a 5. This is about change, facing pain, getting out of being in the middle of cycles. Okay, too many cards came out. What else does group 3 need to know, Spirit? Okay, a lot of cards flew out, but that's okay. These are all clarifying. So underneath the Knight of Fire, we have Stella Magorum, or the Magician's Star. This is about natural divination, seeking guidance, answers from your spirit team, moving within the psychic realms with a clarity and a non-attachment to dual belief systems. Again, rituals coming forward, because these are the 2 cards in the deck that represent specifically a ritual happening. Maybe one more, but it's pretty significant. This card also has something to do with snakes. I'm thinking of the idea of snakes being connected to Lemuria, this idea of preserving dragon-based or earth-based knowledge. And there's also an aspect of the cosmos involved in here too. So maybe there are star systems that you're really connected to, that you're wanting to contact. Even in this card, there's stars as well. This person has their hands pointing out towards the skies, overcoming these like fractalized mountains. I feel like there's something where you're trying to unite yourself, and I just saw the dice rolled over to a 1, trying to unify yourself with an understanding of like your past lives. This is a pretty emotional experience though, because it's causing you to have to take accountability for the ways that your actions may have influenced others. Yeah, so the crepusculum clarifying the Knight of Water, that's like the moon or twilight clarifying the Knight of Water. And the moon literally rules over water, and it's ruled by the sign of Pisces. There's something about duality going on. Like maybe you've been really oppositional towards something, or an energy within you, a shadow energy within you. But it's time to kind of head into the darkness, using your own light, your own ability to eat the darkness. Clarifying the advisor of air, this one. We have bifurcatio, which means the second fork. This is another chance at a new beginning. There's something about ancestry too involved in both of these cards. And like the commitment of love. So I feel like there's maybe an awakening of passion with these 2 knights, because these are feeler knights. And they balance each other. An awakening of passion that leads to a new journey. Leads to you creating something in the physical realm. I'm gonna ask for one final card. What does group 3 need to know, Spirit? Just one final card, please. Magister Arcanorum, Teacher of the Secrets. There are things that are being revealed to you at this time. So if you've been doing rituals, keep doing them. Make space in your mind to receive this energy. The challenge of the advisor is to dare. So you must dare in the realms of air, or the mind, communication. And this is how you bring through. And you can even see this figure has like a dark, like some black in the heart. It's like being processed and pumped back out. Definitely this is the time to integrate the shadow aspect. If you know what this is, all power to you, my friend. Let these things, I'm noticing the spirals too. Let these things find their center of gravity so that you can come out being your own teacher. Moving on from a lesson, moving with a lesson. Yeah. Okay. Finally, I'm going to get you a message from the Tao Te Ching. I read this for another group, so let's see. Okay. 68. I have this one bookmarked. A good soldier is never aggressive. A good fighter is never angry. The best way of conquering an enemy is to win him over by not antagonizing him. The best way of employing a man is to serve under him. This is called the virtue of non-striving. This is called using the abilities of men. This is called being wedded to heaven as of old. I think that's all I'm getting for you. I hope that this message resonated and made sense to you in some ways. I kind of like the mystery aspect. This whole reading was a little mysterious, so please let me know if it resonated in the comments. If you are interested in any of my other work, I have that linked in the description below. I want to thank every spirit guide, everything that brought us into this reading today. And I want to thank you for being here. I will see you in another video, my friend.